Members of the Citizens Elections Observation Network Uganda say there is fear the 2016 general election could be marred by violence, considering what has played out so far during the presidential campaigns and the ruling NRM party primaries before it.
Whether it's the Electoral Commission, whether it is the candidates themselves, whether it is their agents, whether it's the polling officials finally, all must play to the rules of the game.
In a bid to woo voters, the candidates have designed messages which they pass out to the public. Just like the Electoral Commission, the election observers are concerned that the FDC presidential candidate Dr. Kizza Besigye's defiance campaign could lead to violence.
In 1980, there was a similar message from one of the players. And by then, that was the UPM. It was one of the smallest parties with only one member in parliament. And the head of the UPM was then Yoweri Museveni. And it seemed like a little bit of mischief. It looked like, what can this small man do? But eventually, it led Uganda into a 5-year civil war.
If we, one by one, decide to be violent, there will be violence. So let the young people out there, the people who are calling themselves groups or whatever, understand that at the end of the day, everyone dies one by one. There is no collective death.
Women activists are also concerned that the recent spate of violence could instill fear among the female folk, who may further shun politics already dominated by men.
Some of them get hurt, but even those who don't get hurt, they start evaluating situations and wondering if it is worth it.
Our appeal to every candidate is to make sure that they talk peace.
The observers say alleged cases of voter bribery and high campaign expenditure ahead of the 2016 general election indicates a sad trend. They warn that the 2016 general election could turn out to be the most expensive ever in Uganda's electoral history since 1961. Although they don't have concrete figures, the election observers network estimates that up to 100 trillion shillings may be spent in this election.
Sometimes it's too much. You wonder, is it part of our taxes? Is it from foreign interests? So we should encourage our candidates to be open. Where are they getting this money?
The election observers are also concerned that civic and voter education has not been adequately conducted, yet the 18th February is now just about a month away. This may affect the choice of voters. The Electoral Commission is mandated to conduct voter education, while the Uganda Human Rights Commission is obliged to run civic education. The common cry from these institutions is lack of funds.
If who can actually ask who can read and write can actually be confused of the process, what about the people in the villages?
The biometrics and how these are going to be deployed.
Political analysts have in the past argued that the voters continue to ask for bribes from candidates because they do not have anything much that connects them to the candidates of their choices. And therefore, the election observers are also calling upon the public to ensure that they choose leaders based on issues, not just because of money. And they're also urging the police to ensure they keep law and order without taking any sides. Sudil Biaruhanga, NTV.